Hi guys, welcome back. Today's video is going to be slightly different. It is going to be like a first impressions, but it's not on a kind of makeup product. It's going to be on the EYLURE Dybroww eyebrow tinting kit, because I normally tint my brows at home all the time anyway, back from, well, when I was at college and did beauty. So I always used kind of what came in my kit. But it kind of came to its end, so I went on the hunt for a cruelty-free brand that did a brow tinting kit. And as far as I can see, EYLURE is cruelty-free. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but everything I found and everything that my friend Kerry's found out is that they are, so apologies if they're not, but you know. So anyway, I'm going to show you kind of how I prepare, as in what I would kind of have ready for this, how I do it, and kind of befores and afters. So without further ado, let's jump into the video. So I'm going to kind of go over what you will need if you are tinting your brows at home. The first thing is probably some kind of clip or pins just to pin the hair out of your face, because you don't want to get tint in your hair, because that will just be very annoying. I have done that. I've had like little black, well, yeah, pretty much black bits in my hair, and my hairdresser's like, the hell? I'm like, it's probably tint from when I used to work on a brow bar, but yeah. So that would probably be your first thing. Second thing obviously is your kit of choice, whether it is buying them separately, so your peroxide and your actual tint, or whether you buy it as a kit like I have. Some kitchen roll or tissue just to put down on the surface that you're working from, just so you don't get tint everywhere, because the amount of times I got tint on my carpet when I lived at home, it was not fun. I did manage to get it out, but it was not fun. And I obviously am working from a white tabletop today, so I don't want to get tint all over it. So I'm going to put some kitchen roll down, some micellar water just to wipe over them afterwards. You can just use like a dry cotton pad, obviously that's the other thing, a cotton pad or two. You can just use them dry. I prefer just to get all of the product off by using some kind of micellar water or toner or something. You'll need a spoolie. I don't think this kit comes with one. I can't quite remember. Oh no, it does. This specific one comes with one, but if you're obviously doing it a different way, a spoolie, a tinting brush, because you got to put it on somehow, and obviously mix the products together. Some kind of container. I'm just using this kind of almost like a sample pot thing, because I don't know where my dapping dish is. And cotton buds. Mess up, tidy up, slash you can kind of get more of a crisp line with them. So that's the ins and outs. I am obviously doing a kind of first impressions on this kit because I bought it the other day, so hopefully it's going to be good. So I'll show you firstly what comes in the kit. The book's empty, so it comes in this little. What's wrong with me today? Oh my god, why is the sun coming out now? Are we going to be able to do this? Let's just pop over here a little bit. So we get an instruction booklet, the activator, and the colour. And I have obviously gone for the brown. They do a black as well. It's available in Boots and Superdrug. Possibly other places that do sell EYLURE. I'm not quite sure. And it was $6.50 or $6.49, I can't quite remember. It's around that price. And you also get a little plastic kind of mixy thing, and like I said, a little mascara wand thing. You don't get any kind of mixing bowl type thing, so I am going to use my one that I use normally. You can use anything for this. The smaller the better, because else you end up using like way too much and you're like, oh shit. So I'm just gonna prepare my area and then zoom you in. Well, that's a nice shot, isn't it? I look horrendous, but what can you do? So I'm going to go off the instruction book, not off my own kind of knowledge of how to dye or tint eyebrows. Let's find the English. Where are you? Ah, there we go. Okay then. Right, so mix 1 centimetre of dye cream with 3 drops of activating solution. Apply a small amount to a small area on the inner bend of the elbow or behind the ear. So that's your patch test. Why is my lighting going really bad? Let's just come here. Allow to dry and leave for 48 to 72 hours. I won't be doing the patch test today because I've never had any problems with tints or dyes before, hair or brow or lash or any of those kind of things, so I'm not going to bother doing it. I know that's probably bad, but we're going to just skip that step. So, directions for use. Cleanse your eyebrows with a non-oily cleanser to remove any makeup or natural oils. I have a freshly cleaned face. I have moisturised my face but not on my brows, but I will clean them off anyway with a little bit of micellar water. Dry thoroughly, prepare one eye at a time, carefully spread a barrier cream like petroleum jelly, like I said, over the skin and around the eyelids, but avoid getting hairs to be tinted. Okay. Right, so let's just clean up my brows. Oh my god, what is wrong with the light today? So I've just put a bit on the cotton pad. I'm just going to literally wipe them off and dry side. Like that. Oh, maybe better just to do it here. So, next step is pierce colour cream dye tube nozzle with the lid. Squeeze approximately 2 centimetres of dye into a mixing dish and replace the lid. Open the activating solution away from the face. Oh, away from the face. Add 5 drops of activating solution into the dish. Apply using the applicator. Mix together well to form a creamy consistency that does not drip. Please note the colour cream may change, but this will not affect the performance of the dye. So, let's pierce the lid, squeeze a little bit out. I kind of know roughly how much to use of each kind of part, so I'm not going to use too much. And then the activator, or peroxide in it. I think they said it had no peroxide in it actually. Oh no, it does. So that'll do. Put the lids back on. Oh, this isn't pretty, is it? I'm gonna get the little kind of mixy thing, which is bloody terrible. I think you're meant to be able to apply this to your brows with this, but that's not happening. So I'm gonna mix it with my little brush. This is actually the Maybelline little brush that came with the gel eyeliner. I got it, God, years ago now, but I never used it for eyeliner because it's such a stupid little brush. Like, I mean, look, I don't know if you'll be able to see that. It's like, it's not slanted, it's just rounded, and it's like, what the hell. So I've mixed this into a paste that is non-dripping. I'll get to my mirror a bit close on. Oh, that's slightly better. I can see again. So I'm just going to pop this through my brows. As you can see, I've done that quite messily. So I'm just going to take a cotton bud and run that over the shape of my brow that I want to get. Just to clean the edges. There we have this. So I'm just going to go and do the other side and then I'll pop back. So same again on that side, I'm just going to clean up the edges like that. I have got kind of a little bit of a gap kind of towards the end, so I'm just gonna kind of just, instead of spreading it, just kind of pat it on just so it's a little bit more kind of concentrated on the bit where I want it to be. Like that. So let's see what it says. Leave the cream for 1 to 2 minutes. Keep your eye closed throughout. Then with the eyelid still closed, use a damp cotton wool pad to gently wipe the excess mixture from the eyebrow using upward strokes away from the eyelid. Rinse thoroughly with water. If slight stinging occurs, should occur, flush with an eye bath of water. Repeat on the other eye. If you require more defined brow, leave the tint longer. Reapply in depth of colour is required. In case of grey hair, normally water resistant. In any case, limit reapplication to 5-minute maximum. This should last 6 weeks. Okay then. So it's probably been on for around a minute. So I'm gonna get my cotton pad again, put some micellar water on it. The thing I used to do was just, because I found it can develop quite fast, wipe it off. If it's not quite as intense as you would like, then just go back over. So I'm just going to try my brow back. I make slightly more tint than I probably would need for this, like at the start, in case I kind of need to go back over normally. So I'm just going to leave that on for another little bit. Brows tint a lot quicker than lashes. I did want to get the lash kit, but I'm not quite sure if you'd be able to do it by yourself, because with my lash tinting kit, you couldn't do it like on yourself because you need your eyes closed. So I don't know if that one you can do by yourself, but I will probably look into that because I love having tinted eyelashes. So there's that one. I'm just going to take the other side, wipe that off. You will probably find that the tint obviously tints your skin, which is probably what makes them look thicker. If ever you have your brows tinted and you're like, oh my god, my brows instantly look thicker, yeah, it's just because the tint's on your skin. But that does kind of fade, usually within a couple of weeks. For me, it fades quite quickly, just because I use brow products most days, and the motion of kind of rubbing it off every day, that kind of, I don't know, limits the life of the tint. So that, sexy. So while I'm kind of waiting, I'm just going to tidy up a little bit. I probably would suggest using some kind of eyeliner brush or something for this, just because that spatula was terrible. Absolutely shocking. Right, so let's go in again. Micellar water on the cotton pad. Usually don't take that long, I find. We used to find by the time you've kind of done one kind of perfect and went on to the other one, by the time you'd finished the second, the first one was basically done. So yeah, but like I said, always mix up a tiny little bit more, because then you can kind of do it again. Although you could probably just mix it up at the time instead of wasting it, because if you don't need to do it a second time, then you kind of wasted it. But yeah, So this is my brows. I'm just gonna brush through them with the little spoolie that it comes with. And I'm just gonna move the camera and just do this a little bit vloggy style, just so you can kind of see if the camera will focus on my face. There we go. Now you can see. So that's what they look like after. You can really see. So yeah, that's how I tint my brows, and that was my kind of first impressions type thing on the EYLURE kit. I think it was pretty good. Probably very similar to my college kit one that I used to use. Don't really like the fact that it comes with this because I think it's pointless. I like that it comes with a little spoolie. I think it would probably benefit from coming with a little mixing dish though. But yeah, pretty good so far. So it is the 24th of July, so 6 weeks from today would be the 4th of September. So hopefully, I'll try and write it in my diary. I will maybe pop back, do a kind of update on it in a separate video, not on the end of this. Or maybe I will. Who's it? We'll know. Who knows? We'll see. That's what I was getting at. Yeah, hopefully this does last that long. I don't think it will, because it is a lot lighter than I normally would have it. I just don't want to put more on, because I don't think it's going to go a lot darker. My hair is being a bit temperamental at the minute. So anyway, I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys.